I guess the first thing that I'd like to touch on is one of the issues that keeps coming up again and again with oil sands, and we've seen it with the Fuel Quality Directive, which of course doesn't look like it'll be successful in the EU, is this issue of measuring, the environmental impact of the oil sands as a product as it comes out as diesel or whatever the product is. What kind of efforts do you think COSIA is going to be able to do in order to sort of bring an amalgamation of all the different impacts and show industry in the world that the impacts are sort of a clear idea of what the impacts actually are?
Okay, yeah. A couple of things I would say. The first one is that COSIA is an unprecedented industry alliance to focus on making a real difference in terms of environmental performance. And then the style it intends to operate in is that we will have transparent goals. So we'll have a real benchmark in terms of, the impact we have on the 4 environmental priority areas. And they'll include water, land, air, and the tailings qualities, in particular around the mining operations. So a transparent baseline, and then we will actually report as an industry against that baseline, so you can see the real improvement. So it's about hard science. It's not about opinion. This is about the real measurement and the real stuff.
Do you think that there will be some kind of new metric that you guys can come up with that will actually include a lot of these components you're talking about, and be able to then maybe leapfrog in some way some of the criticism and say, look, okay, based on impact on water, impact on GHGs and so forth. Is that something you're looking at?
Absolutely. I think that this process will be so transparent that it will be quite easy for serious-minded observers to be able to look and understand the real impact that oil sands is having, because the objective for this alliance is really clear. It's to accelerate the improvement in our environmental performance so that this industry is truly sustainable going forward.
From Suncor's point of view, for Suncor investors, what's the benefit?
It's based on a really simple belief that we think, the environmental challenge we have is a real one. We have an environmental impact. The public expectation is that we do absolutely the best we can do. And so the win for individual companies in here is that we think we can make a big difference in terms of the environmental performance of the industry. And then the knock-on effect of that will be that those people who do have concerns will see quite clearly that the rate of improvement we're making against that performance.
With the cooperation with the other companies in the group, do you imagine there will be some opportunities for being able to reduce the size of your budget, some synergies involved, and help Suncor to sort of save some cost in that area?
It's possible, but that's not the objective. The objective here is about how do we accelerate environmental performance. So will there be some benefits? Oh yeah. If you think, when an inventor or an innovator has an idea, he brings it to every company. What this will enable us to do is review it once to a much higher quality and then to accelerate the implementation of it in the field.
How difficult do you think it will be to collaborate with people?
I'm really optimistic because I look back and we have 2 or 3 organisations where we shifted to collaboration. Normally, those 12 partners are aggressive competitors. Over the last few years, we've tried a few areas of collaboration. We tried around tailings quality. We tried around what's called the Oil Sands Leadership Initiative, and we have been very pleasantly surprised by the speed of the progress and our ability to roll those things in and have a meaningful impact on the ground. So I'm very optimistic that we will make quick progress.
Okay. Just one more question, actually, maybe 2. Do you think there's an opportunity as well, assuming this goes as well as you think it might, Canadian oil sands industry maybe have a great opportunity to sort of, expand this technology in other parts of the world? Is there an opportunity for a new business division, a new business opportunity?
You raise a really interesting question. I'll just take one step backwards first.
Sure.
Interestingly, when OSLI was formed, it ended up attracting all sorts of interest from around the world. Firstly, on some of the content, but also on the process of collaboration. This is unprecedented in the world, in any industry, this degree of collaboration around a single subject like environmental performance. So I have no doubt that that model is very interesting to lots of other industries.
Okay.